CSS means Cascading Style Sheets in full. So it is used to style our HTML documents. CSS is what we use to beautify our website. After writing HTML like this, HTML is in the browser, it's just looking plain. And if I start writing HTML elements, it will just look so plain on the browser. It is CSS we use to add styles to them so that they will look beautiful. So we'll be talking about CSS selectors. So what are CSS selectors? CSS selectors are patterns used to target specific elements and apply styles to them. So we'll be handling the tag selector, ID selector, and class selector. So let's just jump right into it. So like as we have this h1 on this document, okay, let me as well add the paragraph tag here, and I want to style it. So by tag selector, let me just simply come to the top here and write on style. So if I want to select this h1 and style it, and I'm selecting by tag, all I need to do is to come to this place and write h1, which is the name of the tag, then curly braces. Then let's talk about the next one, which is called property. So property defines the styles to apply. Like in CSS, there are different properties you can use, like color, background, and so on. So let me add color to the h1. I'll simply write color. So this is the property, and you can see that we have the color property, then there's a colon. So after specifying the after the colon is expecting a value. So value specify how the property should be styled. So like this, now for this property we're expecting a color. So let me just give it a blue. So this blue I gave it now is the value for this property, and as you can see on the browser that the h1 is looking blue. So let's talk about the next one, which is the ID selection. So let me just give this paragraph an ID. Let me call it paragraph. So I'll come over here to select by ID. You normally start it with the hash sign. You can see this ID I gave here, so I'll just simply write hash, then you now put the name of the ID, which is paragraph. So I'll just copy it from here so that to be the same thing, then paste it here, then put curly braces here. Then the next one is what I told you before, which is the property. So let me also use the color, because as we dive deeper into this playlist, we'll be talking about different properties that we can use. So I just want to make this very simple and not to complicate matters, so I'll just be using color for all of them. So let me just give this a color, then I'll give it a green. If you look at the browser, you can see that the p tag is now the paragraph is now showing a green color on the browser. So let me also create another HTML element, let's say a h2. So I've created an element h2. Let me give it a class. So I've created a h2 element and gave it a class of heading 2. So if I want to select this element by class name, all I need to do is to come to this place, then write, if it's a class, you are going to start with a dot or period. If you want to select the element, I'll write dot, then the class name. This is the selection. Then I'll put a curly braces, then in the outside the curly braces you put the property. This is just the normal syntax for CSS. CSS is just very simple. The property, which I told you that I want to make it simple, I'll use color, then I'll give it a value. So let me give it a, which color should I give it now? Okay, let me just give it a blue violet. Then on the browser, you can see that the style has been applied. So this is just the CSS syntax selector property value. Also in CSS, just the way we in HTML we did on comment. So if you want to add comments in on CSS, the way to do it is, okay, let me come down, let me come here. The way to add comments in CSS is to start with a slash, a backslash, then you will write the star on your keyboard, then write whatever comment you want to write. So after writing your comment, you put a star, then a backslash. You can see I've added a comment in this document. So comments can be used to describe what the code is talking about. So comments can be used to add a description to the code that you are writing, or to comment a code out, so that maybe you are doing a testing and you want to you don't want to delete the code entirely. You can wrap it around the comments so that you can actually do your troubleshooting. And again, if you're using Visual Studio Code, the shortcut to write this comment is to highlight whatever you want to comment. Let's say I want to comment this heading 2. I'll highlight it, then on your keyboard hit your control and backslash. You can see that Visual Studio has the comments for you. And when I added this comment, if you notice that this heading 2, the styling I gave it disappeared. So you can actually use comment to comment out your code, and once you put it in a comment, the browser is not going to render it as a CSS on style. It will just ignore it and only go through the one that doesn't have a comment. So if I want to remove this comment, if I just highlight it, I'll press Ctrl and backslash again. You can see like the comment has gone and the style has now been applied. So see you in the next class.